Yo guys, welcome back to the Touchliner, episode 38. It's me and pretty much the new co-host, Ben Chapman.
They wanted ball knowledge, so they brought in a new co-host. They got rid of the old one. They ditched him, left him behind. Okay, it's not that he didn't have time to come on or anything, right? We left him. We're moving on. A new chapter of the Touchliner, and I'd much rather be talking about the Premier League, anyways. I don't want to keep talking about like corrupt leagues that no one cares about. Having the Kashif brothers on, you're talking about Serie A and the Bundesliga. Brilliant. Bayern might as well just buy the whole league. Even though they're crumbling apart right now. I don't know what's going on over there.
Tuchel getting sacked. I don't know. There's a lot going on
He
over there.
gets sacked, or did he leave on his own accord?
I think it's both of them. I think because the board at the time wanted him, and now the board's gone, so they're gonna... I don't know. They sacked Nagelsmann, who was perfect. I don't know what they're gonna do now.
Yeah. Sign Potter.
Yeah.
Graham Potter.
I think they'll probably get
Bayern.
Nagelsmann back. Like, I wouldn't be surprised they get a new board and get him back. But
Yeah, but what's the why would the board fire him? Like, maybe it was like personal stuff in the background.
it might have been. But he's only been there for like 4 months ish. Like 3-4 months. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff.
Move away from those bummy leagues, bro. We don't care about them.
Best league in the world. In the whole
Most
entire
competitive
world.
league.
You know, and so if you finish in the top 4 of this league, you're in the top 4 best teams in the world. Who finished in the top 4 this weekend?
I think, Man City, definitely.
Okay, yeah.
Man City,
Yeah.
okay. Arsenal, kind of a shock.
Yeah, can't believe
that. Maybe Man United?
And Newcastle?
Oh. Up the Geordie boys.
Getting me suit measured. Top 4.
Yes, lad.
Top 4.
We're off to Italy next year.
Off to Italy,
smash
Spain, Germany, maybe
Yeah.
France, but who cares about France? You got
literally one team in France. Yeah.
There's it's exciting times. So for Newcastle season, then sum it up in like a minute or two. What do you think about Newcastle season and your prospects for next season?
I will start off with how the season's gone. So I think we can say Newcastle have overachieved. We're ahead of schedule. Overachieved with, let's face it, it's a top half squad, but it's not a Champions League squad. There are some Champions League quality in there, but like for example, like Bruno, Trippier, Isaac, maybe Wilson, Nick Pope, definitely Sven Botman. But overall, like Dan Burn, he was like second string at Brighton. Sean Longstaff looked like the worst player in the league. Jacob Murphy, I love Jacob Murphy, right? But he's not like Champions League quality. I think that's just like a year ago he was barely Premiership quality, and then he's scoring long shots against Tottenham. Eddie Howe has just done some different stuff, man. Like it's crazy. He's done some Houdini magic and got us out of relegation. By the way, no team had survived from that point with the amount of points that we had in December, and no team has ever survived after getting that total points tally halfway through the season. So he set a record there as well, because I think we had 11 points in. No, maybe it was less. Maybe it was like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And obviously we were winless by the beginning of December. So
last season, yeah.
He's done magic, man. Like it's not even comparable to like. You can't even like look at this team how they perform, and I look at the team under Steve Bruce like it's too different. It might as well be 2 different teams. But happy with where we've placed. Big guide, my prediction for finishing above Man United didn't come through. But at the end of the day, it's just bragging rights in it. That's all it was. That's what it was going to be. Made it to a final. Next year, my prospects for next year, obviously we've got Champions League. We've got obviously 2 transfer windows coming up where the suspicion is that we're going to have to sign a left back for sure. Going to have to get another midfielder. We're going to have to get a winger, and we might have to get like another, like maybe even two wingers, because we've got ASM on the wings. We're pretty short. If you're playing Isaac up top, we've got your wingers are Jacob Murphy, Almiron, and ASM. And ASM's like sometimes good, and Almiron's had a bit of a purple patch this year, but again, Champions League quality, like not really. Do you know what I mean? So the upcoming windows are really big, but next year I'd be perfectly happy with top four or top five, and a trophy. So whether that be like FA Cup, Carabao Cup, or whatever,
Champions League.
perfect. Champions League, yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's what I'd be happy with. What about you? Where do you think Newcastle are gonna proceed from here?
I think I was talking to you about it yesterday. You have to realize that having that midweek game for a lot of these players that haven't done it in their careers before is very difficult. It's a shock because now you actually have time in the week to train. Like, I know it sounds mental, but like if you're playing midweek every week, you haven't got time to train. You've got recovery, and then the next day's prep for the next game, and then you're playing the day after. There's not really any time. It's just preseason, really. And then, obviously, later on in the season, if you get knocked out of the cup competitions, then you'll have time. But ideally, you want to be competing in all fronts. So at least for the first half of the season, you have to get used to that midweek schedule. So that, like you said, you need to get a bunch of players in. First team players, even some squad players. There are some good players going for free this summer that I think everyone should be looking at. I think... and even, like, for example, Kim Min-jae from Napoli, I saw today that you guys are linked with him. We're linked with him as well. So we're both trying to compete for him. I think he'd be a good signing for either side. But, he's
I'm
played in the
happy to
Champions
steal
League.
some relegation talent as well. I'm happy to steal some, like Harvey Barnes. We'll take him as a rotation player. Maybe who's gone down? Leeds, Leicester. Suyunchi's already gone. Madison, obviously, but I don't know if I really want Madison.
Yeah, I think Harvey Barnes, double figures in Premier League goals this season.
Yeah,
Honestly, he's up for grabs. I don't see why he doesn't go to Newcastle. That makes sense. Like, if I saw that
he
happen...
needs to be man managed though, because like when you watch him, he's like, you can see there's a really good player in there, and it does come out sometimes. But like other times when you watch him, you just think, mate, what are you doing? Like he can just run into he'll run himself into trouble, and then he'll be stuck and he'll lose the ball, or the ball will go out or something. He gets a bit predictable sometimes as well, so he needs to be sort of man managed and pointed in a specific direction to succeed. So yeah, I'll take Harvey Barnes all day. Tielemans definitely for another midfielder.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, there's definitely some players that you can, even from Leeds. I mean, we're saying McKennie. I mean, I know he's at Juventus, but he's there.
take Rodrigo. I'll take Rodrigo.
Rodrigo would be a good signing, I think. He's
Yeah.
a bit older, but I mean, on a 2-3 year contract, I don't think there's any harm in that. There's a lot of players, but I think squad depth is important. Rotation is going to be really important. See, we barely rotated this season, and see all the injuries we've got now, and this Casemiro getting tired and getting suspended a couple of times. It's just really difficult over it because it's going to be like a 50+ game season for you guys, and ideally you want to be maintaining your top 4 spot while challenging for a trophy. So it seems like you can go up, but it's very easy to regress and then be unlucky with injuries. So there's a lot to look to.
Yeah. Because obviously we've seen before how injuries can just completely derail someone's season. So it's going to be, and obviously that is down to like luck in it. Like there's not much you can do when it comes to a player getting injured, unless they're injury prone, like I don't know, Madison or Isaac or someone like that. Sometimes players just do go down easy and get injured, so got to be very careful. Have to rotate a lot, like you said. But I'm hopeful. That's what I can say. I'm hopeful for next year. I couldn't have asked for a better season, and it's all the more sweeter from where we've come from to now be where we are, and seeing all these rival fans cry and whinge. Even Ten Hag, I think I might have been Ten Hag, or because I saw a TikTok of it's a Newcastle creator who not Lewis Bowden, but he's at this lad's actually pretty good. And he was, it was a quote saying, "Oh yeah, we've made do with what we can. We haven't splurged like other clubs." And I'm like, mate, you've like spent the most amount of money in the league this year. Um, it just seems like people, generally people on social media just think that they just put two and two together. They just see like, oh, Newcastle bought by Saudi,
Yeah.
fourth place. That's they're not given any credit where credit's due. So
No, obviously the ownership had a part to play, but I think Eddie Howe's got potential to be the greatest English manager we've seen in this generation, at least, or in the Premier League era. I think he's got the
yeah,
potential to do that. I mean, his signings so far haven't missed. If he keeps going in this way, I mean, he's bound to get one wrong, but if he keeps getting the
yeah.
majority of the right guys,
Well, Anthony Gordon so far has
scored
not
against
been.
Chelsea.
Yeah, anyone I could score against Chelsea though. To be fair,
That's true. That's true. But I think he's got potential anyway. I think he'll win you something
well, you know what's weird
next
about
couple
Eddie
of years.
Howe? Like he's like a one of a kind type of manager. Like he went to Saracens, and that's a rugby club, and he went and watched how a rugby club manages players and coaches and stuff like that. And I don't. It's just like weird to think that a manager or a coach of football can go to a different sport and watch how the managing and coaching over there is compared to his sport. I just think that's like what like it's really unique of Eddie Howe. Like he went to Spain to watch Atletico Madrid under what's his name? Forgetting his name, the manager.
Simeone.
Simeone, yeah. They went over. Watched how they trained. He watched how they coached, and then he went to a rugby club, which is, by the way, Saracens. It's like the best rugby club in England, probably. Depending on who you ask. Um, and watched how they were run as well. So it's very interesting. Like he's always trying to expand his knowledge, and I think that's only going to benefit him in the future, especially with the backing that he has from financially. It can only there's no limit in the sense that he's got the golden ticket here. Like all he has to do is just not rip it up, and he's going places. Do you know what I mean?
It's true. No,
Yeah.
it's true. It's true. I think you guys have the potential to keep going up next season. A lot of people saying it's a one-off season. I don't think so. I think there's progress there.
Hey, and if you say that, your ball knowledge is dead. And you know what? I can literally hear that prick's voice now, Hussein, saying something like that. Oh, honestly, but Newcastle, they don't know how to deal with the pressure. And next season, I think they're going to get 10th. Like I can just hear his flipping voice now. Doss.
Well, we'll never know. He hasn't really been watching football this year, so if he says that, it'll just be to annoy you because
Yeah,
I don't think he knows.
probably.
But good season for
Does he know?
Newcastle. Does he know? What about United? Finishing third, 75
Yeah.
points, higher than
Mhm.
Solskjaer's best total. So this season so far, Ten Hag would have had that's 40 wins from 59 games in all competitions. What do we think about his first season?
I think he's done the job that needed to be done. I think he's brought in Casemiro, who's sort of just turned your midfield from absolutely sugar into liquid gold with Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. Most chances created in the league
It's true.
from Bruno. So now I think over the summer he'll be thinking about how what you've been missing, and that's goals. To be honest, like you've been lacking in goals,
Yeah.
especially when Rashford's not been playing. And obviously your striker list is Martial, who's scored what was it, 4 goals in 3 years or 3 seasons or something like that.
No, wait.
That's true.
That's
No,
not true.
Johan sent that to the chat where he was like, he scored only, I think it might have been 2 seasons. In 2 Premier League seasons, he scored 3 goals or something like that.
Nah, it's not good, but it's not that low. Like he scored a few goals last season, but not many. I don't know. He just doesn't
Let's
like
have a look.
Martial. He's
Let's have
got.
a look. Yeah, he really hates Martial, doesn't he?
He does. I don't
Last
like
season,
him.
So this season he's got 6. Last season he's got.
One.
Oh, so in the span of 2020 to 2022, he's got 5
Ah, okay. Yeah.
in 30 games.
Yeah, that's fair.
5 goals in 30 games.
To be fair, the second season he was injured, so I will, and he came like he had made 8 appearances, but all like off the bench, and then the
Yeah.
yeah, but still it's whatever. Like it's still not good enough, and I think
Yeah,
I
and
think he's on his
Weghorst
way
is
out.
rubbish.
I think he's Weghorst we're not gonna definitely not gonna sign. Martial I think might be on his way out. Maguire's on his way out. I think McTominay's
But that means you have to keep. You can't just get rid of both of them because you need a backup striker. You're not going to sign 2 strikers because you also need, like, you need improvements in other areas. Like you need another midfielder. You need a goalkeeper.
I think I could keep Martial, but I think that if we get one experienced striker, one younger striker, cheaper striker, there's a Norwegian guy at Atlanta called Hoyland.
Yeah. I've seen him.
So like ideally we get like Kane and then Hoyland or Osimhen and Hoyland. It probably won't happen, but if we can't get the second striker, I agree. Let's keep Martial.
Wait, so Weghorst hasn't scored all Premier League season?
No, he's got 1 goal in the Europa, 1 goal in the Carabao,
Yeah.
and he missed an empty net yesterday. So
Jesus.
he missed in the 90th minute. The whole stadium was like, "Oh, that was it." And he started crying. Like he knew he messed up.
Who would you rather have, Chris Wood or Weghorst?
Chris, you know what? Weghorst.
No,
Weghorst has worked so hard. He got an assist in a final. People forget he assisted Rashford for that second goal.
No.
I give him credit for that.
Give over with that second goal, man.
It was a good pass. The pass was better than the finish.
It was practically an own goal.
Well, yeah, but the pass was better than the finish. His pass was good. Like it was like a cutback. I was like, he's got that in his locker, but he never did it again. It's okay though.
Yeah.
I like him. I like him for his work ethic, but he's just not good enough. I think United need a lot of signings this summer. I think a striker, another defender because Varane's injury prone. We need another midfielder because Fernandez is almost 30. Casemiro is 31. Eriksen's 31. You need some young.
You need some youth.
Yeah, we need some young midfielders in there.
Those are old legs as well. Like you've not got like someone who can just blitz up and down the pitch.
Exactly. We got Sabitzer on loan. He's injured now. He's out for the season, but he's also 29, 28. So we need someone else. McTominay is, I think, our youngest midfielder, but he's on his way out as well. He's
linked with. Well, no, he's definitely not. No, I'll stop him at the gates.
I can't wait for him to join Newcastle.
Stop him with whatever I can.
He's probably. It seems like the rumors aren't going away. I think Eddie Howe has a plan with him. Maybe he does. You never know. Maybe he's got.
I just don't want to see him playing in a Champions League again. Like, surely not. Some players rob their way to trophies, but like, surely not. He's not going to make his way into that Newcastle team.
He might be
unless he plays in like the Carabao Cup and stuff like that. And fair enough, but like,
we'll see. But he's linked anyway. Fred, I'm not sure. He played really well yesterday. We need a right back. You know what? With the goalkeeper, right? De Gea's not great, but I think we need a striker and a midfielder more than we need a goalkeeper because we still have the second best defense in the league.
Ooh, yeah, but that's not down to De Gea.
It's not. But the whole point is because of that, because our defense is good enough, we don't need to worry too much. It's not like we're conceding 50, 60 goals like we were last season.
Yeah.
So for me, if we concede another 43 goals next season, but we score 20 or 30 more, we're okay. Like it's fine. It's not a big deal. We've won the league with conceding this many goals before. We just can't.
I genuinely think Kane could come to you for 110.
I think 110 is fine. I think 100 to 125, 130 is fine.
Yeah.
But any more, Levy saying he wants nearer to 150 or more, you are off your rocker. I don't know what you're smoking. 150 for someone who's 30, 31, and he's got 1 more year in his contract? Give him that. Ridiculous. But that's Tottenham. That's what they do. Like, Kane will play if they don't sell him because he can't tarnish his legend status at the club. But it'll just be a shame.
Yeah. He'll just be the biggest, like, sort of like certain players are like what if players. He would be the number one what if player. Like Mario Balotelli, what if he was like a normal human and just trained every day like because he had the. I remember watching an interview with a player. I can't remember who it was, but I think it might have been Lescott or someone, and he was like Mario Balotelli had like all the ability in the world to be one of the best players in the world, but he just threw it all away pretty much. And
Yeah,
he's a what if player. Kane is going to be a what if player if he doesn't sort his like stuff out. Tim Ben Arthur, what if player, had all the potential in the world, and then just like it just seemed like he had a bad attitude, and then went back to France where he could play in an easy league, dribble around farmers and score. Like he could have done it in the best league in the world, and now look where
that's
he is.
true. It's true. It happens to a lot of players. I hope it doesn't happen to Kane. I mean, imagine that a what if player that's the Premier League all-time top scorer. You don't want
Yeah.
that. You don't want that. As an England fan or a Premier League fan, I think he deserves better. But anyway, I think with those signings, we should next season. I want to say challenge for the league, but I still don't think that's going to happen. I think if we just maintain top four.
At certain points this year, you were challenging. Mathematically, you were challenging at certain points. Like, give over as to what fans will say as to, oh, City were always going to win it. Like, it doesn't matter. If you were in the race at one point, you were in the race, you know. So I think that you've only got to build from now. You've got like a transfer window coming up that's so important for both teams, both of our teams. And you've got to build the correct blocks, otherwise the whole thing's going to fall down. So
It's true.
you definitely need a striker. I think I would 100% get a goalkeeper over. I'd get a striker, goalkeeper, and midfielder for you guys. If I was 10, I'd get like I don't even know. I'd get like a young like box to box like powerhouse for you.
Yeah, but who?
Just like
There's not many of those just lying around.
yeah,
He wants Rabiot because he's on a free this summer.
isn't Rabiot like 30?
I think he's 27 or so. He's not young, is my point, but
Yeah,
I don't know. We're linked with but obviously it's United. We're linked with a bunch of people. But if he wants Rabiot, I'll let him cook. Like 28. Like to be fair though, with these players, you can't plan for the future. You've got to win kind of soon. Like if not this season, next season. I mean, as in if not next season, this season after. Casemiro, yeah, he's good, but he's old. Eriksen is good, but he's old. Fernandes is coming into his prime years. The only person is like maybe Rashford, Anthony. You can wait a bit, but Martinez as well. But Varane as well, 30.
yeah.
I don't know. And you know, it's do we win next year? Probably not. I think City, it's theirs to lose. To be the first team to win 4 in a row, I wouldn't be surprised. But I would be happy next season with top three, and another trophy and a decent run in the Champions League. Like,
Pretty much where you were this year.
huh?
Pretty much the same season as this year. Top 3 and a trophy.
Top three trophy and no, but a Champions League run, like semi. I'd say quarterfinal to a big team. So if we get knocked out by Bayern Munich or something, fine. Or semi-finals.
Well, speaking of Champions League, did I send you that the projected pots?
Yes, you did a while
I'll
ago. I think I saved it.
I'll just send it to you again. I've got it right in front of me. But that's like, it's interesting to look at what could be like, you know, what you have coming. So, for example, like for Newcastle, it's worrying. Not that I'm expecting to win the Champions League or anything, but like we could get like the group of death. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
like,
could.
We could get like
You could.
City. I know, not City. Sorry, could get like Barcelona or Munich. Sorry, Real Madrid, and then like Lazio. Or something. Like just get like really tough group to get out of. Which would be annoying.
I did say that I think that there is a chance that you get knocked down into the Europa League because you finished third.
Which I don't mind. I don't mind.
I don't think that's a big deal for you guys.
We need European experience. You know? We need to have some actual experience in Europe before we can win anything. You know? We're not going to win the Premier League the first year trying.
Obviously not. That doesn't really happen. But
yeah. what I wanted to say, I brought up a take a while ago,
Yeah.
and I was made fun of by possibly you, possibly Johan, about the fact that Newcastle United are more likely to win the Premier League first than Manchester United.
Yeah, I saved that. I screenshot it somewhere.
What's your opinion on that? I want to hear your takes because I
Uh,
think I think your reasoning for hating that is just because like it sounds outlandish.
I don't hate it. It's
But when you deep it, in the famous words of Hussein, but when you deep it, but when you deep
when you deep it. Let's see. Yeah, Newcastle win the league. I think that we are closer to. I mean, mathematically and looking at the table, we are closer to challenging than you are. And I think that
it,
we have the players that it's like we need a few more pieces of the puzzle and we're there. Like literally, if we sign Kane this summer, I'm gonna get giddy and I'm gonna be in the group saying we're gonna win the league if we get Kane.
mm,
Like it's like I think
and
when
I'd be there with you to be fair. But I still think signing Kane is like
it's a huge
it's such
step
a what.
in the right direction. I think if we get like Kane and I don't know, maybe I say I don't care about a goalkeeper, but if we do get a goalkeeper, I'll be happy. And a midfielder, whatever. If we make these big signings, I will be there saying United are going to win the league. But I don't think if Newcastle get two wingers, a midfielder, left back, I won't be like, that's it. They're going to win the league because it's you guys are a bit further off. You haven't got players that have been there before. I think that people underestimate that. Like we saw it with Arsenal this season. You need some leaders. We've got Casemiro, Varane, even Martinez has won the World Cup. So we have players that have won before. So it's not just a bunch of people who are there for the first time, like bunch of.
Sorry, respect Kieran Trippier.
Okay, one player. One. I give it.
Respect Jamal Lascelles winning the championship.
Shut
Respect
up.
Matt Ritchie winning the championship.
It's one player that's won a league title in the top five league.
But also, I didn't mean it in the sense that I didn't mean it as in next year. I didn't mean it like that. I mean that Newcastle will do it before Manchester United do it.
Yeah.
In the sense that if it takes 10 years, it takes 10 years. If it takes 5 years, it takes 5 years.
Realistically,
Newcastle are going to do it
we've
first.
got to be challenging for the league in the next 2 to 3 years. Most United fans are going to say we need to be challenging next year. I would love to say that, but with the whole ownership,
sign Kane for, but...
oh yeah, but if the whole thing is with the whole ownership thing, they don't know. We don't know if they want to sell. Like they might just hold back on it.
You're 100% getting bought by Qatar. 100%.
I hope we get bought by someone. I don't care who it is.
It's too lucrative to pass up on. Like that, the Glazers aren't going to pass up on how many billion is it?
It's like 5.5. But Jim
5.5
Ratcliffe bid more. The English guy, he bid more.
Yeah, the Qataris will be like, look at this guy trying to outbid us. He's a country. And just lay that on them.
Well, we'll see.
Like what?
The whole thing is right. This process should realistically be done, but they want to wait until the FA Cup final. The transfer window opens in June at some point. I think you gotta hurry up. Like you're gonna miss out on deals. Like for example, Kim Min Jae has got a clause in his contract that says for 2 weeks in July, the beginning of July, he's worth 40 mil, and then after that, he's worth whatever the club value him at. If we miss that window and Newcastle buy him, it's just
what a strange clause to have in the contract.
You'd be surprised,
Not real.
like some people have that. Like Fellaini had it all those years ago. I remember that.
Well, I know. Yeah.
Fellaini, he did. He was like 20 million until like the last week, and then we bought him in the last week, so he paid 10 million more. Like it was so stupid.
Oh.
So like people have that. Anyway, I think he's going, but it's just situations like that. You want to get ideally as a club, you want to get your transfers in early, get the preseason in with everyone in the squad, get to know how things work, familiarize yourself with the system. Because I mean, deadline day transfers are exciting, but they have to. Their preseasons during the season. That's not what you want, especially if trying to challenge for titles. But if we do get I think if the ownership happens quickly and we get the right signings in, we have to challenge for the title next year. I don't see why we shouldn't.
Ooh, big statements. Big statements from Joshua.
I like to stay pessimistic. I've been hurt too many times.
No, yeah, I have said this about you that you are a pessimist when it comes to you. You didn't used to be like this. I remember every single year, like from 2013 to 2017, He was like, "Nah, this year we're challenging. Look, we signed Ibra. This year we're challenging." Like,
We signed Lukaku. Look, that year when we
yeah.
signed Lukaku, I thought we were gonna win it. I honestly thought we were gonna win it. And after that, I've just been hurt forever.
So obviously you stated your reasons. I'm going to state my reasons now for why I think Newcastle will win the league before
Go ahead. Go ahead.
United. Um, better manager.
Really?
Better manager. Yeah. I think that Eddie Howe tactically showed in the game against you at the end of the season that, and at the beginning of the season, when you think about it, like we went away and we did it at home. Haven't
Okay.
beaten us.
But what about the
Can't beat
final?
us.
What about when it mattered though? What when
We
it
lost
mattered?
Nick Pope. No, yeah, that's fair enough. We lost Nick Pope. Big miss. You know, yeah, I think it's not his fault. I'm gonna say it's not Karius' fault that we lost that, but it is also not helpful to have a goalkeeper who hasn't played in like 3 or 4 years, like hasn't started a game in 2 years, or played a game of top flight football in 2 years. I think it was. So that really messed us up. Isaac was injured as well. So, it was sort of like we weren't 100% there. A lot of our squad was still there, but it's like, for example, you can definitely blame one of those goals on Karius. Whether it's the deflection, whether it's the first one he should have saved. There's an argument to be made there. I don't like blaming the keeper unless it's David De Gea. So, yeah. But, yeah. We've drew against you away this year, which obviously Old Trafford's a hard place to go. We smashed you all over the park at St. James's Park.
That was gonna happen. That was gonna happen.
We smoked you about the place. We got the cigarette. We pack watched all over you.
We were done. That was after the Carabao Cup. We were finished after that game for like a month. We just lost. We lost 7-0 to Liverpool. We lost to you guys. It was horrible.
Yeah. So I think Eddie, and also like when you look at how, I feel like Ten Hag still has a way to go in getting his team to play the way he wants them to. But Eddie Howe has also had half a season longer to do that. So, you can say like Eddie Howe's had longer to do it to make his team play the right way. But I still, personally, I just look at Eddie Howe and I think the way he sets himself, he presents himself, he makes no excuses. He studies other teams. I like his coaching philosophy. I like his intensity. He's here for the long term. I just think that overall, better manager. Next, better owners. Not even a question.
Yeah.
Really, is it?
Yeah, of course.
Not even a question. Number 3, more money. Not even a question, really, is it?
FFP. So, if FFP actually exists, which I don't think it does, then we have more money.
We've got those dollar bills, baby. Those dirhams.
5 dirhams.
No, that's 500 dirhams. We've got all the money in the world, and our FFP is only going to get bigger.
Yeah, it will.
We're gonna
if it's real.
Bigger.
I mean, I don't know if it's a thing. I swear it's fake.
Yeah.
Like they just
those. Honestly, why don't we just get sponsored by like Saudi Airlines, like something legit?
That's what I think is being projected, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Or Emaar. It's supposed to be Emaar.
I saw that. That's crazy.
Which makes sense.
Arabian Ranches.
Shout out to everybody in Arabian Ranches. If you live in Arabian Ranches, you're a real one. Right?
Are you?
Especially Alvin one.
No, shut up. What? You want to give out my address?
No, so that's 3 reasons. Okay. So what have I said? Better manager, better owners, more money. When I was thinking about this originally, I thought younger squad. But we actually don't have a younger squad than you because I googled it. Our average is 27.2 years of age, and yours is about 26.5. So you've got that on us. Our projection for the future, our goals. I feel like we've got our plan more in place than Man United have.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you know
you
what I
do.
mean?
Of course you do. Yeah.
Um, and I think honestly, we've made better transfers. Like our director of football from Brighton, Dan Ashworth, whatever his name is, has done some, has made some really good transfers. Obviously, you can look at like the Chris Woods and like players like that, but they came to do a job because also when we people don't realize when we signed Chris Wood, it was to they were in a battle for relegation. We were in a relegation battle. We took away their best striker, their top goal scorer, brought him over to Newcastle, and took away their best asset for getting at for staying in the Premier League. And they got relegated. So, and then we just sold them waiting on in Forest. That was always going to be the plan, you know. But when you look at like the business we've done, like Bruno Guimaraes, like Alexander Isak, Trippier, Pope, and then you look at Man United's transfers, Anthony, Malacia,
I think that's fine.
Weghorst,
Look, I think Weghorst fits
Eric.
it. Weghorst fits into the Chris Wood sort of description. He came in. He was there to do a job. He was just there to be a striker, and he was just there to make up numbers. That was it. Because Martial was injured, and we couldn't get anyone else.
Mm, just think that better business overall, even though you've spent more money, the better business has been done by Newcastle United. And those are my 5 reasons as to why I think
I, I
Newcastle.
think we did better business than you in the last summer transfer window, though. I think obviously if you go over the last 18 months, obviously you guys have got better transfers. But in the last summer window, I think we had a better window. We got Casemiro, we got Ericsson on a free, we got Martinez who transformed the defense, and Anthony. Anthony hit and miss, yes, but we actually have a right winger now. We never had a right winger. Jadon Sancho does not count. By the way, I'm sick of Jadon Sancho. I'm so sick of this guy.
Not even Sancho's fat show, man.
It's
That guy
every
sucks.
time he played well yesterday, but it annoyed me even more because the game meant nothing. I was like, this is the
Yeah.
first game in 2 years I've gone, you know what, Sancho, you've actually played well today. The first one is taking 2 seasons. You know what?
Jesus.
I will forgive him if he does this same performance against City in the final. If he plays well again, fine. Then I will get off his back forever. But honestly, I don't see it happening.
Well, did you say summer? Because you know we signed Isak, Botman, and Pope.
Yeah,
That,
yeah,
that transfer.
yeah,
You think you had that's a better window?
yeah.
And Anthony Gordon and Matt Target.
Matt Target. Matt Target was there. It was just you made it permanent, right?
Yeah, well, he was on loan.
Yeah, yeah. I think we had a better summer transfer window than you.
Interesting. We also signed that Australian striker.
Oh
That,
yeah, I was
he'll
thinking about
probably,
him. Yeah, the
he's
young
probably going to come. He's at Hearts right now. He's probably going to come
for
down
next season.
next.
Yeah. No, I think
Um,
I think Casemiro alone because he defends, yes, and he's a midfield like powerhouse, and he scores important goals. He scored in the final. He scored against
yeah.
Bournemouth when we needed a win. He scored against Chelsea for the first goal. I just love him, man. I love him. He's such a good
Yeah,
player.
I like Casemiro. To be fair, I don't like a lot of United players, but I don't mind Casemiro. That's for sure.
He's a good player.
Um, but yeah, those are my 5 reasons. So
That's fair
people
enough.
can disagree if they like. I think 3 of those are written in stone, not even arguable. So
Yeah, we'll see if we get owners in, we can get a better plan in because there's no plan. No one knows what's going on. It's really irritating, especially for Ten Hag, who's really he's a perfectionist and he doesn't even know how much he's getting for the summer. It's annoying, but anyway,
I got a question for you.
yeah.
Obviously, I've been watching a lot of Match of the Day recently. Uh, a question came up in my mind, and I wanted to do a 2010s best XI.
Right.
And I wanted to know, Josh,
Mm.
if you could make a 2010s best XI,
Premier League.
what would Premier League, obviously, yeah. What are you saying?
That's actually you put me on the spot there. 2010s.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, and also you have to think about their form. So you can't like pick Rooney because Rooney was obviously better pre
Yeah.
2010,
Yeah.
post.
I'd go. Okay. I'd go with Allison in goal. I don't think there's been any.
Really?
Who else though? Like who else? De Gea.
Uh,
Oh, actually, yeah, De Gea. What am I talking about? David De Gea in goal. I'm putting him there.
Haya over Czech?
Czech was better before 2010. And do you not remember
Yeah,
for
but
three
he's close.
years? For like 3 years
He's
there, De
close.
Gea was.
2000.
De Gea got
Yeah,
4 or 5
right.
Premier League Team of the Years. I think it's De Gea in goal.
Sorry, Victor Valdez at Man United?
Victor Valdez.
No
That, no,
shout?
that never happened. That's just a simulation. I
A
think.
simulation.
I think yeah. I think go De Gea in goal, and then I'd go Company at centre back. I'm not saying Van Dijk. There's no chance. You can't pay me.
I personally wouldn't say Van Dijk.
No,
To be
I'm
fair.
not. I'd go.
Well, in the 2010,
Would I say John Terry? No.
no, Van Dijk's 100% better than 2010 post John
Oh,
Terry.
I'm gonna have to put Van Dijk there. There's no one else that's like on that
Yeah,
level.
you've got.
Van Dijk.
Unless you put in Mike Williamson, it's got to be.
Yeah, I'd go Van Dijk, and then right back, I'd go with Carl Walker. Left back,
I'd be-
I'd go with
Here's a difficult one because so obviously I think I'm gonna go David De Gea in goal.
yeah.
I'm gonna go Vincent Company. I think the back three speaks for itself. The goalkeeper, the two centre backs. You're not picking anybody else besides Company and Van Dijk.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Right back, definitely Carl Walker. Left back, toss up between what, like Leighton Baines,
Genuinely.
Aspilicueta.
He did play left back for a bit.
Who else?
Who's City's left back? They just didn't. They had Kolarov.
Kolarov.
And then they had like. Who did they even play? They had Mendy.
Zabaleta.
Huh?
Mendy. Yeah. Zabaleta.
Zabaleta's a right back. I'd go with you know what, Leighton Baines. Give him that.
Yeah, I think it has. Like, I can't think of anybody
Yeah.
besides Leighton Baines.
I'd give it to Leighton Baines.
I'll have to Google Premier League left backs.
Are we going 4-3-3 or 4-4-2?
I'm gonna do 4-4-2
Okay.
because I'd rather. Oh, there's so many good wingers though.
The 10 best left backs in history.
Hmm.
Reese, Stuart Pearce. These are old. Shaw. Baines. Yeah, I think it has to be Baines. And you could say Andy Robertson maybe, but
He's won a Premier League.
yeah. Nah, I'd go Leighton Baines. His free kicks were insane. I'd go Leighton Baines.
Leighton Baines.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say Leighton Baines.
4-3-3. 4-3-3.
You're going 4-3-3.
Yeah, I'd go 4-3-3. And then I'd go.
I want to go 4-3-3, right? Because obviously with the wingers that the Premier League's produced.
Yeah.
But I don't like. I want two strikers as well, because
Okay.
I'm gonna have two centre midfielders. I'm gonna have right and left mid, but my right and left mid are gonna be wingers.
So 4-2-2-2.
4-2-4. I'm playing attacking football, mate.
4-2-4.
I'm playing
direct. I'll do 4-2-4 as well. I'll go in midfield. I'd go Yaya Toure.
Yeah.
Yaya Toure. And then it's like De Bruyne probably. I mean, that'd be insane. Toure and De Bruyne. Yeah.
Annoyingly, we're picking the same squad.
It has to be that.
Do you pick? But think about Kante.
I was just thinking about Kante, but
how good was Kante?
He's
like
unreal,
honestly,
but
for 2 seasons he was like the best defensive midfielder in the world.
He was, but Yaya Toure got 20 goals in one season from being a deep lying midfielder, which is insane.
It's annoying because, like, I feel like Kante could have like gone to like Real Madrid. Like, I feel like that's where he was supposed to end up. I don't think he was supposed to stay at Chelsea. He could have gone to the Real Madrid and like.
It's injuries, man. It's injuries. You know, it stopped his progression, but he's still will be remembered as one of the best midfielders of his generation.
Definitely.
I think
Forgetting about David Silva.
David Silva.
Shout in it.
David Silva. Is he better than De Bruyne? I don't think he's.
Mesut Ozil.
Ozil's good, but he never won anything. He always got assists against Norwich.
Yeah.
Stat pad merchant.
Stat pad.
I think David Silva on my bench. I think I have to go with De Bruyne. He's
We're not doing bench. We're not doing bench.
Alright, yeah. Well, then David Silva. If there was a
You
third.
don't have to do the same formation I'm doing, by the way.
No, I want a 4-2-4. I want two strikers. I can't have one.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
So
tell
I'm
me
going to
your
pick
four
De
now.
Bruyne. So De Bruyne, and I just think that obviously I want to say Yaya Toure, but I don't want to have the same squad as you. And also, like I like that Kante did it with Leicester as
That's
well.
true. No, that's true. That's a good point. He'd be more defensive than Toure.
Yeah, I'll say Kante.
Yeah.
Because it's so outrageous leaving Yaya Toure out in it.
If you want to go more defensive, I mean, the thing is, Toure was defensive, but not as much as Kante would be.
Some people would be like, "Where's Gerrard?" But like,
Sharp.
not in the 2010s.
Yeah, sharp.
You know, Jordan Henderson search.
I could generally say Michael Carrick, but
James Milner.
man, Michael Carrick was unreal. I can't remember. Someone was talking about Michael. Someone was talking about Michael Carrick. There was a video of like Guardiola. No, it was a manager, and he was like, Michael Carrick is one of the best midfielders of his generation. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, I don't
remember.
I won't say him though, but he was really good. All right, so that's.
We're gonna have the same team, man. It's
the four. I promise you, it's not gonna be the same. Who's your four?
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna go with Kante just to switch it up.
Okay.
Okay. My left wing, Eden Hazard.
I was gonna do that as well.
No, my days.
All right, keep going.
Right wing. It's gonna have to be in it. It's gonna have to be Big Mo Salah.
Technically, he won the league in 2020.
Yeah, but still, even before 2020, he was still flipping outrageous.
Not true. You could go
two
Mahrez.
strikers.
Nah.
Ziyech? Ziyech. He's the manager. Okay. Two strikers. I think there's only two choices. In my opinion. Yeah, I think so. Don't cry. Aguero and Harry Kane.
I genuinely forgot about
Talk to me nice.
I forgot about Kane for some reason. I don't know why.
This is what
we just talking about it.
Yeah, this is why I needed two strikers as well.
I was thinking, Van Persie. I'm gonna say Van Persie.
Oh! How are you picking?
Van Persie for 2 seasons was unstoppable.
Oh, no.
But
Kane.
Yeah, no. I the thing is, right? I will go Kane. That's boring. We have the exact same team.
Yeah, but they're two very different strikers. Like Aguero and Kane
would complement Aguero in that formation so well. Van Persie would kind of too, but Kane is both footed and.
Oh, Charlie would 100% be raging that we've not put Czech in goal.
Nah, surely not on the 2010. 2010, he's playing for Arsenal.
No, like not at the beginning.
Nah, not at the beginning, but like in the middle. Yeah. I'd have to go with that front four. So we just have the exact same team except
Wait, so you've gone for Mo Salah?
Now you know what? Take Aguero out. Van Persie. No, I can't say it. We have the same team. We have the same team.
So you put Eden Hazard in?
Of course I'd put Hazard in. Of course I put Hazard in. He's amazing.
What about Mo Salah?
30. He broke the record. 32 goals before Haaland came. He broke the record for most goals in a 38-game season. He has to go in there. And like, who's next behind him? Mahrez or? I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, that's it. Who else? Antonio Valencia.
Shout out to Fernando Torres, you know.
Jesus. Yeah, no, I'd have to go with that, and then yeah, same team.
Great. And manager of the 2010s.
Ferguson.
Yeah, definitely.
Listen, right. Three
One.
seasons, 2 titles in the 2010s, and he retired. So there's a 66% win
Oh,
rate.
yeah. How much for Pep?
He missed out on one.
He's been there, what, 8 seasons? He's won 6.
No, I know. We're talking about 2010s, right? So he was 17,
Okay,
18,
three-
19.
yeah,
He won 2 of
3 seasons.
those. Yeah. So
No, he's won 3. He's won 3 pre-2020.
no, because
Yeah,
Liverpool won it in
it's only
2020.
2020. Okay, and they've won 6 overall, right?
He's won 5.
He's won 6. They've just won this year as well.
Yeah,
So that's 2021, 2022, 2023.
Yeah.
Then
And
previously, they have 3 more.
They have
What
2.
do you mean 2?
They have 2. Google it. They have
I'm
5.
Googling.
He has
I'm Googling.
5.
How many Premier League wins for Man City?
No, Man City will have 7, but he has 5.
Premier League winners 2010s. Okay. Manchester United won it. Chelsea won it in 2010. United 2011. City 2012. Where is this list? Bruh. Literally just disappeared. Are you sure?
Yes. I'm 100% sure.
100% sure.
He joined in 2016, and they came 4th that year. And then he won the league the next season with 100 points. Then he won the league the next season with like 99 points. And then
I thought they won in the 2019 season. They won.
Yeah, they did. So 2018 he won with 100. 2019 he won with 99 points. In 2020 Liverpool won 1, and then he won 21, 22, 23. So he's got 5.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
That's
Pep has 5.
He's got 5. Exactly. So he has the same.
Okay, so even then he still has the same amount as Ferguson.
And obviously, if it comes to this, I'm gonna pick Ferguson.
Oh, this guy's washed.
Okay, wait. Let me ask you this, right? Do you think Pep Guardiola plays exciting football, like a brand of football? Do you think it's exciting?
Okay, you know what the thing is? He has the best players in the world that they can just control the game however they feel. Like no team can like press Man City and have them on the back foot, have them play like a Burnley, because no team is good enough to pin Man City back like that. And also, Pep plays like his right backs and left backs like super high, so they're basically playing as wingers. And if you say that, like, if you think about it, no other team it controls the game more than them in the Premier League, at least.
In the world, 100%. But would you want that, or would you want fast, exciting football, or another style of football?
It's not like if they lose the ball, they sit back, like they press you.
No, they do, but it leaves them vulnerable to the counter attack. But that's what I'm saying. Which style of football do you prefer? If you're a manager, are you coaching your players to play like Pep, or are you coaching them to play like, I don't know, Howe or
Well, I think Howe plays exciting
Arteta.
football. Apparently, people don't agree that Howe plays exciting football. People just think we sit back, which is just not true.
No, I think he does a bit of everything. I don't think he's got a style just yet.
And he plays it based on the situation. So, like against Man United in the first game, we pushed you in the first half, but then the second half we sat back.
Yeah.
We went to Emirates and we did the same thing. We pushed them for the first even 20, 30 minutes, and then the rest of the game we sat back.
Yeah.
So, but then in other games, like in the Man United game that just happened, we whooped you, beat you across the field, and we pressed you like it wasn't even. We pressed you like outrageous.
We checked out. All right, we checked out for a month. The players didn't show up for a month.
Absolutely.
You have to say, what a trophy for Newcastle this season.
Yeah. Fair.
All right.
But yeah, I'd say I'd take Eddie Howe football over
Yeah. That's
City.
no, but
City.
that's what I mean, right? I think Pep's a fantastic manager that knows how to win. But talking about style of football, they're boring. Like if I wouldn't want to watch that every week. I think it's a bit. I guess you're winning. If they do win the treble, then I can't say this anymore. But I can right
Yeah.
now, as of now, he still hasn't won the Champions League. So I
It
can
is
say,
no, but he is 100% going to win the Champions League. Like Inter
mate,
aren't
can
going to.
you imagine if we beat them in the FA Cup final?
I
I,
don't even. I don't
I,
even know if I.
you know,
I'd not. I don't want to be happy because I've been backing Pep all this season. I've been saying, "Oh, he's going to win the treble. He's going to win the treble. He's going to win the treble." So I will be supporting City that day, but not for the reasons I normally would be. Like it's not because I hate United that day. Like that day, I just want to be right. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I genuinely in my head that was the end of the season yesterday. This FA Cup final, I'm just gonna treat it like a friendly. No, I'm not. I'm so nervous. I just don't want to face the fact that we have to play against City and we could stop their treble. But we're probably not going to. I think we'll lose 3-0. Like I've been saying this, 3-0. I think.
It's gonna be a spit roast. They're gonna absolutely eat you alive, lad.
You know what it is though, right? You've got to believe in Ten Hag. You got to believe in his bald head. You got to believe in. We haven't got Martinez.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, man. I think Anthony will be back, which is good. Um, it's just a lot of nerves that I don't want to deal with. I think we lose.
Does Anthony pass the Akanji test?
He scored against them when we lost 6-3.
Oh yeah. By the way, speaking of Akanji, got put into BBC's XI of the year
At left back.
at
Yeah,
left back. Give over BBC.
there's like three other players you could have. You could have had Ake there. You could have had Shaw there. You could have had
Bro, it's Shaw. It's even Zinchenko. It's Dan
Zinchenko.
Burn.
Well, even
So many.
Dan Burn, honestly, even because at least he plays left back. Akanji doesn't play
Yeah.
left back. You've got
But
you've got these players. I don't know, stupid Garth Brooks.
anyways,
Garth Crooks, you suck, right?
Garth
suck.
Crooks, you know.
You suck.
What common Garth Crooks L.
Well, see who you gonna have as manager then for that team? I have Ferguson. You have Pep.
God, Pep, innit? Yeah.
Not Claudio Ranieri.
I'm gonna say, funny enough, well, technically, if we're thinking about it, Claudio Ranieri has 100% Premier League title success rate in the time he was at Leicester. Because he was only at Leicester for half a season afterwards.
True. That's a disgrace though to this day. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, they got rid of him. I don't even know why they got rid of him, to be honest. Like, I think his backroom staff turned on him or something like that.
Okay.
I heard a rumor about that. But
Fair.
anyways, yeah, I'm going to take Ranieri because I like Ranieri football. Ranieri for manager of the decade.
But speaking of Leicester, they're down.
Stinky Leicester.
Stinky.
Yeah.
You like Leicester. Do you think they come back next season?
Got family in Leicester. You know, half my family is from Leicester.
That's
so
true.
Shout out to all you guys watching.
Do they come back next season? Straight away? As in, like, season after next, I mean. I think there's work to be done. I don't think it's instant.
All their money is going to get cut into a third. They're going to lose all their big players. They're going to have to build from scratch. Like, sponsors aren't going to want to touch them.
Yep.
Losing all their TV rights money.
It's a huge
The thing is, their money now is going to get better because obviously COVID is over and their big sponsor is an airline. So this is a lot of people don't realize that that's why they weren't able to spend as much as they wanted to and invest in. Like Brendan Rodgers said, "Oh yeah, I'm not getting the money to invest." Well, there's a reason for that. It's because they didn't have the money after they paid off all the debt that they owed for the stadium or something like that. So I think they can come back up. When you actually look at the Championship, like, I don't like Sunderland, like when you watch them play, because I watched them in the playoffs, like these lot are shite. They're just, like, that's not even me hating on Sunderland, because I don't even have a hate for Sunderland like most Newcastle fans do. I hate Man United more. But, like, they're just not good. They're just not good enough to be in the Premier League. Just like Luton though, like they're just not good enough.
They're going straight down. That's
Leicester versus Luton, who wins? Like Leicester, like every day of the week. Like
yeah.
it's not even.
That's what Charlie said yesterday. They might have the lowest point total next season, like in history. He thinks beating Derby's 11.
Honestly, they could very well not like. They could not be like that if they just play like cancer ball. Like they just play like proper Deitch, Allardyce 10 at the back ball, where they just like draw games out for 1 point each every week.
They could.
Imagine that.
I think
They could just scrape by.
their pitch is tiny. The stadium's tiny. I think that will be an atmosphere that teams will have to deal with. But
Yeah.
I don't know too much about them. We'll see. But anyway, moving to the upper half, or not really, staying in the bottom half. Chelsea have confirmed today.
Yeah.
Pochettino is the new manager. Ex-Spurs, got Spurs to a Champions League final, won the league with PSG. That's a huge challenge. What do you think? What do you think of this appointment?
I think that it's a step in the right direction for Chelsea. Obviously, summer's going to be this summer's going to be interesting for so many clubs.
Yeah, agreed.
Because obviously you've got United in needing of so many different positions. Newcastle, Liverpool are probably going to have a few signings. Chelsea need a revamp. Like Tottenham either need to sign at least 8 players or they need to offload Kane and get some money up to, sign someone. It's a step in the right direction for them for sure. Like I said, they need signings and they need balance. Like it's everything at that club seems like just off. Do you know what I mean? Like watch them play, you think you guys don't play with any like structure or anything like that. Like you don't play. I wonder what they do at training. It must be just like futsal or something. cheeky game of heads and volleys. Do you know what I mean?
Honestly.
But yeah, I think you can't go wrong with a manager who's taken Spurs to the Champions League final, and he just needs to. And Poch is a builder, I think.
He is.
I think Poch build something good with that Chelsea team. And they already have talent there. It's not like they need a. It's not like they. I did say a revamp, but it's more of just like
the culture,
a restructuring. Yeah, just needs to shuffle things about a bit, and then obviously bring some of his own signings in, like maybe 1 or 2. He definitely needs a midfielder, I think, because midfield
defender as well. If they can get Colwell back, but it looks like he's staying at Brighton. I don't know. I've never seen a Chelsea side this bad in my life. When they came to Old Trafford, we smacked them. We should have scored 7 or 8, and I'm not even exaggerating. We had chances. Yeah. We won 4-1. They were dreadful. I think Poch is a step in the right direction. Whether he actually wins them any trophies is another question. I don't think he might be the guy to build them, but I don't know if he's the guy to take them over the line. I don't know if he has that in his locker, to be honest.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if he can build them up and he can get them top 5, definitely, especially with the talent they've already got there.
Yeah.
It's like Mudryk. They just need a guide. They just need a guy to show them how to play well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like all the tools are there. It just needs to be built. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Havertz. Honestly, I still think Havertz can come good. I genuinely still think so. Charlie's going to cry about that, but I genuinely do think he can come good in the Premier League. I think that
he's horrible as a striker. As a number 9, he's horrible.
As a number 9, he's not good. But that's what I'm saying. He just needs to be restructured and reshuffled. Koulibaly needs to go. Kepa needs to go.
Yep.
Conor Gallagher's probably going to go in the summer. So they need to switch it up for sure. Raheem Sterling, stay or go.
I think you keep him. You keep him for the experience, I think. For the younger players.
Yeah, but it's if he wants to stay.
Yeah, that's true. I think he will. I think he was getting paid enough. There's a lot to change at Chelsea. Koulibaly, I knew as soon as they signed him. I told Charlie, and he laughed at me for this. I said, "There's a reason why he's been at Napoli and his whole career. He's 30 now. You've signed him for however much. There's a reason why no one's touched him."
Bro, honestly, I was on the FIFA tax. I was on the he gets a team of the season every season. He gets He's got an 87 card. I was on that train, to be fair. I thought
It's
Koulibaly's a
to
good
be
sign.
fair, there's no reason for anyone to not think that, but it just shows that the Serie A is not serious league, really. He came
Not,
here and he's getting
yeah,
bullied by Ellis Sims from Everton.
yeah.
Whoa, who's
And
that?
it's Sims, you know.
Ellis Sims. Like it's a different game over here, and I think he's just not good enough. But so that's Chelsea. Do you think they could get top 5 next season? Who else? Do you think
Yeah,
Liverpool?
I think
Do you think Liverpool
six.
come
I
back?
think they,
You think Liverpool come back as well next year in top 4?
Chelsea get top 6. Liverpool, I don't know. Because it's interesting because you can only choke the first half of the season so much before you've got all that catching up to do like they had this year. Like they left it very like last third of the season to start playing really well.
Too late, yeah.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I mean, now that the season's over, do we make our next season predictions?
Nah, we gotta wait for some transfers first. But you can give an early one if you want to give a quick. You can give an early one
Give a
if you
quick
want. Yeah, end it on that.
league winner, Man City.
Yeah, okay.
Second, Manchester United.
No way. All right.
This is all on if you sign Kane
Yeah.
or like an equally good striker
Yeah. No, makes
or
sense.
prolific striker. Third,
No way.
third, Newcastle. Fourth, Arsenal.
Oh my days! Do you think the top 4 stays the same?
Okay, no. Right, let me start this again because you can social clip this. Okay, so first, City. Okay.
Yeah.
Second, if they buy Kane or a good striker, Man United. Okay. No, listen. Third, based on current projection, Newcastle.
Oh man.
Fourth, Arsenal. Fifth, Chelsea. Sixth, Liverpool. Seventh, Tottenham.
Really?
Yes. Seventh, Tottenham. Eighth, Brighton. Oh no, maybe Brighton get seventh.
I mean, yeah, Villa got 7th this year. Spurs got 8th.
I'm gonna give Brighton seventh, Spurs eighth, Villa ninth.
You go the whole table or just top 10?
I'll just do top 10 and the relegation, and then Fulham 10th.
Brentford, no. Actually,
No.
Tony's out, isn't he? Yeah. Fair enough.
They're going to need to sign either a new striker.
And relegation?
Luton Town 20th. Who's coming up? Middlesbrough?
Sheffield, and Burnley.
Oh, I think Burnley can survive. You know.
Yeah, they will. I think they will.
Everton. Okay. Luton. Sheffield and Everton.
Yeah,
Because
I
those
agree with that.
dirty Scousers are going to go down. I hate them. I hate Jordan Pickford. He needs to go.
There's been talk about them getting an FFP deduction because they haven't been keeping in with the rules. I think if that happens, they're done.
What, points deduction?
Yeah. Like, not confirmed, but, you know, they've been
Good.
dodgy. I think I agree with that bottom 3. I think my top... I'll do my top 7 or top half even. I'll
do the top 10.
I'll go City to win.
Yeah.
United.
See, now I've put you. I've made
I was gonna do it anyway. United second.
No, you weren't. No. I've forced your hand.
I'd go United second. I'd go Liverpool third.
Liverpool third.
Yeah, I'll go Arsenal fourth, Newcastle fifth, and I'll go.
Both have Arsenal fourth.
I'll go Chelsea sixth, and then Brighton. Nah, Brighton are losing a couple of important players. They're gonna lose McAllister and Caicedo. I think I put Spurs at 7.
I'd love McAllister at Newcastle.
I think he's going Liverpool. I just think, I don't know. Anyway, it's Spurs 7th, and then I'll go Fulham, Brighton, Brentford.
Fulham ahead of Brighton.
Yeah, I think if Brighton have got Europe next year. It's gonna hit them like a truck. I can see it. I think that's why Newcastle are gonna be overwhelmed by it, because you can try.
I know it's a hopeful prediction.
Yeah,
for sure.
I just think you'll be overwhelmed by it. I don't think you'll be crap. I think you could still get fourth, but I think you might just slip because Liverpool will be in the Europa. They might just play their second team, get knocked out early. Arsenal, I think, have proved that they're good, and I think they'll get top four again. If we make the right signings, like you said, we get Kane, why can't we come second? Maybe we won't challenge, but why can't we get second? And I think Chelsea will slowly start up again.
Honestly, I think that this year is going to be Pep's last year, as in the year coming, the next season.
Inshallah.
Hopefully, because who do they sign to replace him? You know, who is Pep's
I was having this
replacement?
conversation with all of my friends. I said De Zerbi. I think.
Yeah, I think everyone thinks De Zerbi, but I don't know.
They keep like.
I feel like De Zerbi's in it for the long run.
No, he will, but at the same time, he's like, we want you at the richest club in the world with the best players in the world. I think he's gonna be like, no. He's like, yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
De Zerbi.
Hopefully it's his last.
Yeah, I think if Nagelsmann is available, I think he would be there as well. I think that's it. I don't know who else. I don't know who else.
I want that cancer ball in the Premier League.
Genuinely, nah. I was gonna say Eddie Howe, but I don't think it's even Newcastle.
Eddie Howe's never leaving Newcastle. Honestly,
I'm
he's gonna be here till he dies. He's gonna be here till he's gonna die managing a Newcastle. Honestly,
bruh. Fair enough. Well,
get statue ready because it's going outside St James's Park.
Well, you heard it here first. Newcastle are gonna win the Champions League next season, courtesy of Ben Chapman predictions. He doesn't miss, except United finished above Newcastle. But thanks for listening.
I did miss that.
You got anything else you want to talk about?
Just that Hussein's got bad ball knowledge. That's pretty much it.
Pretty shocking stuff.
Dreadful, stinky ball knowledge.
Pretty shocking stuff.
Even though I put in Kante over Yaya Toure, but it's fine.
It's all right.
I know that's not a good take.
Yeah, we'd probably have the same team, to be fair.
Yeah, but I just didn't want to have the same team as you. Yeah, that's the thing.
That's fair. It's all good, but thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you on the next one in a bit. Peace.